Jason, why don't you go ahead and get us started?
Hey, Penny. So if you could take us through the recruitment of Amani Bates and Jalen Duran. I guess it's been about a month since Jalen committed, but just I guess how it was done. How'd you get that done?
Just building relationships with both kids. With Jalen, it was, I liked this game, reached out to him and his mother, and started talking to him and built a really good relationship with him. Earned his trust early, knew what his vision and his mission was with getting to the NBA. Same thing with Imani. Imani was more of a mentoring thing, just kind of talking to him about big point guards and being a big guard, and never foresaw any of this on the map with Imani because I didn't think he was going to reclassify. I was just speaking to him as from a guy that played in the league that understood the game and just helping him out. And then we got closer and closer, and then we started talking about the possibilities, and then it happened. But definitely built relationships with both kids.
Teresa?
Penny, now you've got Larry Brown on staff, Rasheed Wallace. You've got this Amani and Jalen in a class that's now the number one recruiting class for this season. You've kind of set some big expectations for this program now. How do you take and go from here with what you've assembled now together?
Well, first of all, I'm happy and blessed to be able to be in this position and be able to get Rasheed and Coach Brown on the staff, and then to be able to get two of the best players in the country in Jalen and Imani. I guess where we go from here is we get the rest of the crew and we get to work. And that's what we've been trying to do, trying to get the coaches acclimated, just like we're trying to get the freshmen acclimated. Earl and Chandler are new acquisitions that are older guys, but, new team. So just really trying to get everybody as comfortable as possible and just grind and work, and rowing the boat in the same direction. So with having all of this talent on the coaching staff, and then having a lot of talent on with the roster, it's just basically now just trying to get the chemistry down and getting the verbiage down and just, having the same like minds on a daily basis.
Cassie, go ahead, please.
Penny, last year after you kind of lost some recruits to the G League, you made a comment how you're going to have to change how you recruit with the G League as an option. Wondering if you had to do anything specific or if NIL did that for you.
I think NIL kind of eased the tension with kids thinking that they had to go make money to go to the G League and that they couldn't go to college because it wasn't, permitted, at the time. But then the NIL coming into play, along with kids, respecting me and the staff and what was going on here and the movement that was happening here in Memphis, that made it even better to be able to be more aggressive, and understanding that you can come to college now and get deals for yourself and learn and develop at the same time. You don't have to go to any other level to get that.
Isaac, go ahead.
Oh, hey, Coach. Talk about the wealth of talent and depth that you assemble and how much that competition in practice will help you guys. And also, how is Timberlake coming back off the injury?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. It's already been pretty good. The depth that we have and the practices that we were having in the first couple of summer sessions, you can see the intensity because the young guys are not backing up. They're not bowing down to the veterans, and the veterans aren't ready to kind of hand over anything. They want to have those guys earn everything. So it's been healthy. It's been good, and it's been fun to see with all of the talent. We have so many options and so much talent. And so many guys playing multiple positions that it should be pretty much fun for us as a staff, kind of trying to figure out how we want to do things, but good fun. And with Earl is coming along fine. He's progressing properly and anxious to get out there on the floor.
We'll go over to Drew now.
Hey, Penny, obviously to be able to pull something off like this, it takes a lot of moving pieces. So I'm wondering, this offseason, is there a moment where you sort of realized that it was all going to come together, that you could get Jalen, Amani, Rasheed, and Larry Brown and, really build, a lot of hype behind this program. Was there a moment that stood out, like a moment of celebration?
I think the moment that Jalen, made the decision that I knew that it could be very special. That was before Rasheed actually signed. That was before Imani committed. And, Coach Brown was just getting here. And I had already done most of the work with Jalen, and I felt really good about it. But once Jalen Duren committed, then I felt like that everything else could fall right into place, and it did with Imani. I was hoping his relationship with Imani would make him want to come, and my relationship with Imani, with both of us together, that would make it even an easier decision for him. And with Rasheed, having Coach Brown, a familiar face, and he and I respecting each other's minds and games and IQ of the game, and what we did for the league, that it would be pretty cool to have him as well. And when he told me that he was on board, I was excited about that as well.
I see 3 more lined up here. We'll go first to Terry.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Hi, 2 things. You got any information or latest information on when the schedule will be released? And when can you give us any information about Midnight Madness?
Oh, yeah. The schedule is just being slow because we're still looking for, another game, and we're almost at the end on that because everybody's starting to say that their schedule is full, and the dates that we have doesn't match up with the people that we want to play against here. And that's a little unfortunate because I did want to get another, Power 5 team or, Quad 1 here at home in front of the hometown and return the favor at their place next year, but it hasn't happened yet. So it's almost coming to an end where we have to close that door. And you already know, Memphis Madness, you have to gotta stay quiet. You got to keep everybody hyped. I think people a couple years ago, like posting things at the last second. Almost kind of messed it up, but it didn't fully mess it up. So we'd rather keep that quiet right now.
Let's go over to Jason here.
Hey, Penny, I'm curious. I could be wrong, but Lil Penny showed up in the photo, one of the photos with Imani. Whose idea was that to bring him out of retirement?
That was Lil Penny's idea. That was it, Jason. No, but it's a part of who I am. It's a part of what we do and how I made my name in the industry, in the NBA and with marketing and things of that nature. And having Little Penny here is self-explanatory. It's a part of my history, and it's also funny as well at the same time.
Do you think that that was part of the selling point? Do you think that might have been the clincher for Imani?
I think Little Penny would like to say so, but
Right.
For me, it's the same thing with Imani that it was with Jalen. These kids are so locked in and focused on making it to the NBA, and they feel like our staff could really help them get to that level. Not just the coaching staff, but the trainer, the therapist, the strength and conditioning coach, everybody that's on board right now. They felt very comfortable with everybody. So the NIL stuff pretty much came. They didn't even have to come into play. They really knew what they wanted out of this basketball thing, and the development, the teaching, the understanding, being around brilliant minds on the staff is what they really wanted.
And last thing real quick, you guys, the plan is for him to run the point, right? He's going to be the one.
Yeah, he wants to run the point and wants me to teach him how to play point. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think he's a very hard worker. He's a guy that's in the gym every day working on his craft, and you're okay with putting the ball in his hands because he's built for that. So we'll start off putting the ball in his hands and rolling with it. Let's go.
Thanks.
All right, we'll go ahead and finish up with Clayton here.
Just going back to last time you had a #1 recruiting class coming in, you said you wanted all the smoke. You said you wanted, the goal is obviously still a national championship. Has the mentality changed for you at all with this time around? Do you still want all the smoke, or you want that championship expectation?
I'll never back down on that because, I feel like our guys want that. Our staff want that. Even though we haven't made an NCAA tournament, and it's unfortunate that 2 years ago when we had the #1 class, James couldn't play and DJ got injured. So we really couldn't go out there and perform to the level that we needed to, but the rest of the group really did really well. Coming into this year with the mixture of the veterans and the young guys, I feel even more confident because now you have veteran guys that have already been down that road. Even though we won the NIT, it's still a championship, and we hope people will respect that coming into this season. And we're not afraid to play anybody. We want to play everybody. To win it, you got to beat good teams. So for us, we want to play a non-conference schedule with all the tough guys so that we can measure ourselves and where we are. And we're going to stay confident that we're one of the top teams in the country.